I got some demons in my bloomies.
Oh. You're beautiful.
You're so pretty. What did you want to do when you grew up?
I want to get people drunk. Hey, champ. Welcome to Paranormal Spirits, where we share a drink, we tell you a spooky story, and then we rip it apart because booze always shows the truth. So today, we are going to talk about a demonic possession. We are going to talk about Gottlieben Dittus. That's her name, Gottlieben.
She sounds delicate.
Our story takes place in the 1800s. Gottlieben Dittus. We'll just go with Gottlieben, okay? Was a 28-year-old resident of a small village in the village of Mottlingen. So it was located within the Black Forest. She was raised in a very strict Lutheran family. It was religiously oppressive, and they were very superstitious. Her parents died when she was quite young, and so she continued living with her siblings. It doesn't say how many siblings she had, but enough that they were there to take care of her and help raise her. While her siblings were raising her, they continued to attend church services. So they kept up with the religious upbringing. Now, these services were run by a very kind of fanatical fire and brimstone reverend named one Johann Christoph Blueheart. Okay, now in 1842, people living near the Dittus home started hearing strange things. It was in the nighttime, usually, and these noises were rather jarring and decidedly violent soundings.
If the Dittus homes are rocking, don't come a knocking.
So they were suspecting that there might be some abuse going on. A local doctor and some other locals, just random village people, I guess, decided they were going to stay over one night to see what was happening. While they were there, they witnessed objects and furniture moving on their own, and they heard bangs and thumps and scratches coming from the wall. They were like, this place is haunted. The strange phenomena continued. And then at some point, Gottlieben started saying that she was being visited at night by a ghostly apparition of a woman holding a baby. And she also started experiencing times where she would just go into these trance-like states and come to and not remember anything and not even realize that it had happened. So there were whispers around the village that the Dittus house was either haunted or cursed or both. But all of the activity seemed to center around Gottlieben. And so her siblings, being the caring, wonderful people that they were, said, "You're out." And they sent her to go live with a cousin. The activity seemed to follow her. And so it was definitely something that was involving her and not just the house. The activity now captured the attention of the Reverend Blueheart, or, fire brimstone dude. So he came and he decided that he was going to take her under his wing and really take care of the situation. After observing her for a little while, he came to the conclusion that she was possessed by a demonic spirit. And this was after he had witnessed her having bouts of convulsive fits, speaking in foreign languages, and having bouts of profanity. So then her siblings also told him how she would sometimes go into a trance. And there were times where she would, while in these trances, attack them for no reason. She wasn't provoked. She just was like, ah!
But that's how I attack people.
Ah! Yep. During Blueheart's visits with Gottlieben, she also she began to confide in him some interesting information, such as when she was just an infant, evil spirits kept coming to her and trying to take her away, but the only way they were driven away was by her mother's protective prayers. So during these visits, allegedly an entity would possess Gottlieben so that she could then speak directly to Reverend Blueheart. The spirit wanted to speak with Reverend Blueheart.
Okay.
So this spirit then told him that while she was alive, she was a widow who had murdered 2 people during her lifetime. And because she had committed these heinous acts, the devil had then come for her. So what was interesting was, while she was alive, she claimed the devil had possessed her. So now she is a possessed spirit that is now possessing a human spirit.
Gottliebens possessed by somebody who was possessed.
Yes, this was not the only spirit that was possessing her. So more and more spirits kept coming forward. And many of them said the same thing. So this other spirit had said that they had been possessed by the devil and they were now possessing Gottlieben. And the way they described it was that it was their way to escape the evil. So by possessing a human, they were able to escape the evil that was coming after them now in the afterlife.
This is like possession, inception, possession,
Perception.
Sound like we're trying to speak parcel tongue.
Blueheart now began the ritual of exorcism because after seeing that or hearing that there were hundreds of spirits trying to possess this girl, he decides, maybe I should do an exorcism. Once he started the exorcisms, the activity just escalated. So she became increasingly more violent. She had to be restrained at times. Her venomous, blasphemous ranting escalated. She also began vomiting glass, nails, sand, and copious amounts of blood.
I want that to be the way that I die. Cause of death, viciously puking blood.
At one point, Gottlieben told the pastor, the Reverend, that some of the spirits had left her and gone many miles away, and they were going to go run amok and cause an earthquake. Not long after that, news arrived that there had, in fact, been an earthquake in the West Indies, which Gottlieben had obviously no knowledge of or could not have known was going to happen. Coincidence? Maybe. This further convinced Blueheart that she was, in fact, genuinely possessed. This strengthened his resolve to commit to this exorcism to the end. Well, the end would be a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen. It would take 2 years to complete this exorcism. And he stuck with it, old Bloomie. At one point, some of the spirits said they were going to leave Gottlieben, which they did, and then possessed her sister. What's her sister's name? Katerina. So Katerina then became possessed, much like Gottlieben was. So now we got the two of them, but old Bloomie, he was like, no, I can take this on. He felt he was godly enough to handle both of them at the same time.
The old twofer handed down by God and Satan himself.
The story goes that once these spirits realized who they were up against, they said, we're out. We can't handle him. Blueheart is much too strong for us. And they left. Oh, Bloomie had to say, Jesus is Victor. I thought he was Jesus. When did his name become Victor?
It took this mofo 2 years to try and exorcise this biatch. He tried to exorcise her. And then her sister gets possessed and he's like, yo, I can handle 2 bitches at once. Dude, it wouldn't be my first time. Give old Bloomie a little double dose, a little double deem. And then all of a sudden he I dream of genies, them out of here.
But that's not the end for old Bloomie.
Okay, go on.
So, having the demons run away in fear, his head got a little big from this. And he becomes a celebrity in this area because everybody's heard how he exorcised the spirits from these 2 girls. So hundreds of people began to come in to hear his sermons, right? Now, Bloomie, of course, did nothing to shy away from his newfound celebrity. Oh, no. He decides that he's going to proclaim that he could cast out any evil spirit and perform healing. What does any cocky reverend who has found exorcism celebrity do? He opens a spa.
He opened a spa? Welcome to Bloomie Spa. This is our massage room. Here you can get rubbed down by the finest of altar boys. And over here, we have our possession room where I'll exorcise those demons right out of you.
He opened a thermal spa retreat and claimed that he could heal anything from illnesses, disabilities, health conditions, and your old demonic possessions, the usual things. And apparently, Gottlieben then joined Bloomie in his spa to help further his cause. Oh yeah, he totally exorcised all my demons.
He totally worked both me and my sister at the same time, and we've never felt so relieved.
Basically, he just continued to run his spa until he died in 1880, and that's it.
Well, that's like a real story of entrepreneurship. Thank you, because I wasn't going to say it again. That's the crappy story of German Jones and the Exorcism. Thanks for joining us. If you like what you saw, you should probably reassess your life choices. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the stupid little bell. I don't know what any of that does, but apparently if we get enough of that, we may make money and not have to work real jobs. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Get out. Goodbye.